Alright. This is, something. Can y'all hear me? Just checking. Can y'all hear me? Alright, yeah, the Blood World will load up for, floating sandbox. Yeah, that's, that's a mystery you'll have to you'll have to find out at some point. Well, y'all can hear me, so I'm gonna change my window. Okay, wait. Give me a second. Alright. Let me just get this stuff set up. I won't be able to see the chat for a bit, so hold out. Okay, yeah, y'all can see the screen, right? And you should. Give me a bit. This is just some stuff to mess around with. All this will be deleted. So just gonna erase all that. And we're gonna start anew. But yeah, if y'all have read the chat, we're just gonna be doing some, I'll just be talking. Probably not that much. What was it? Right, I was gonna work on the Aquitania. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna try to work on the. I'm gonna try to start on the bridge, or well, these little cabins first. So apologies if I get a little quiet. However, I'll be reading the chat every once in a while and saying stuff. So don't think I'm gonna be ignoring y'all. I don't do streaming often, so this is kind of a new thing. Alright, I should probably rename the stream and add QnA to it. Apologies for burping. I just had dinner. Well, not dinner, but breakfast. Okay, save that there. Alright. So this is gonna be right here. What I just built here is gonna be one of the lavatories. Put that layer there. And another section here. But yeah, as I stated before, I cannot hear myself, so I don't know how I sound like on y'all's end. I guess some stuff to talk about is, have y'all been able to mess around with the White Star Line pack? If that's anything y'all have messed with. I'm just curious. Alright, good, I sound fine on all then. I'm struggling with the amount of windows I have right now, so I'm trying to see a bunch of stuff. Like, I'm trying to browse plans while looking at the chat. I'm gonna time it. Okay, wait. Alright. Just, oh, and I can't really use a ship builder right now, because whenever I turn on the streaming thing, it causes the builder to lag. So it's kind of unusable when I do that. Damn it, where's his plans? Alright, there they are. Turn off OBS, get to the plans. Sorry, it's taking a while to set up. Wait. Clear these. There's that. But yeah, this is a QnA stream also, so y'all are free to ask me questions and stuff. All these things that's hard to do with these sort of stuff is trying to get an accurate amount of cabins, or a somewhat accurate amount of cabins. Hello, Galaxy Hurricane. Hope you were doing well. I'm not allowed to answer that question. Take this down a bit. Yeah, there's stuff. I'm not gonna tell you what kind of stuff, because that would, other than ruin the surprise. It wouldn't really be much of a surprise if I were to say anything. I don't know how this stream is gonna turn out. I'm just sort of doing stuff and letting y'all watch. So who knows, the Aquitania may be done, it may not. Depends on how, it depends on the mood I'm in. So there's that. Add the bridge. I should know this is the navigational room. Yeah, the follow camera tool is gonna be something that'll be available that y'all can mess with. It's pretty neat. Yeah, the camera follow tool is something that's gonna be coming in the next update. So that'll be great for like cinematic kind of projects that people want to do. So there's a watertight cargo hatch in this section. Hello, pocket watch. Hope you enjoy it here. It may get chaotic later. Who knows? The development is doing pretty good. It's not stopping anytime soon. Granted, we're working on smaller stuff for now, and then we'll be getting to the bigger stuff much later. I've got fruit flies flying around my room too, so that's something to put up with. Alright, so there's that section. Also, there's ventilation pipes down here. So aft of the charter house, we just go back here. Oh, that's my ceiling fan. I tried fixing it and oiling it, but it always makes noises. But without it, I end up getting really sweaty and very uncomfortable. Trying to track down where these rooms are. They go everywhere. Okay, so that room goes there. So they'll go here. And that. Hello, Broadster. There's only 3 people, but, you know, no biggie. People pop in every now and then. So there's some cargo space right there. I don't know what it is, but like as soon as I started the stream, all these fruit flies just started flying around the room. Like out of nowhere, they just started flapping around and getting in my face. They're annoying as hell. Why are fruit flies a thing? Tools I personally wish I'd seen in the game. I can't really think of any tools, but for features, I think being able to drop aerial, bombs will be nice. Like the, bombs you see from, like, airplanes and stuff that you've seen on, like, World War II and stuff. Okay, these fucking fruit flies are everywhere. I need to get some bug spray, but every time I get the bug spray out, I end up spraying everything but the flies. So this will be the start of our keel section that we're working on. Yeah, as you can see right here, we got the start of the cargo hatch and the cargo deck right here. Oh, these fucking fruit flies are everywhere. I don't mean to swear, but god damn. Oh yeah, if there's any children here, just say this because I'm not really used to having kids here, so get the hell off. I don't like little kids. They can get annoying and they start spamming the chat and say all kinds of random shit that you don't even understand. Half the time they don't even speak English. I know that sounds wrong in my head, but still. If you don't know what the hell you're doing here, then don't say anything. It's just common sense. Oh, damn it, we got some weird space here. I'm actually gonna have to move this back a bit. So do that. Now if y'all are wondering when will this model be done, well I don't have a date, because the Aquitania is a big model, and these plans I'm using are overly detailed. So it's got all these bits of cabins and stuff I've never even seen before. Okay, well then now we're just a fruit fly got in my nose. There's a stairway right there. And another stairway being built here. I'm sorry, Emily, what were you asking? Oh, right, the weapons and this stuff in game. I guess a naval mine will be pretty neat. You can just place them down Is have the ships just sail into them, and then once they hit them, they just sort of blow up. There's that section here. Ship-to-ship collision. Not really. However, collisions themselves. Oh, I mean, ship-to-ship collision is a thing that we want to have for the game, but it's a matter of how it's executed, because you don't want layers clipping and all that other sort of stuff. That just doesn't make sense. It's one of those things that just can't be rushed. But one of the problems with the collision aspect is that, well, one, you need to make sure that it doesn't crash people's computers, and you need to have it to where, damn it, I keep losing my track of thought. Alright, yeah, as I was saying, ship-to-ship collision would require like a whole rewrite to how collision systems work. So you need to have like multiple layers and all that sort of stuff. It's not easy to do. Alright, the next thing we're adding is this massive box that's in the cargo section, which is actually a grain and bulk area where that sort of stuff can be loaded into the ship. Because back in the day when these large ships were around, just because they weren't labeled as cargo ships doesn't mean they can have a massive cargo section to carry goods. So between QnA and White Star, they both had ships that were also big in the cargo trade, I guess, if that's a way to put it. adding another one of these grain storage things here. Yeah, good afternoon. Nobody. It's like 9:12 in the morning where I'm at right now, so I'm still waking up. So I'm a bit grouchy here and there, so if I end up sounding like an asshole, just keep in mind I just haven't been able to sleep that well. Which is probably not a good idea that I'm even streaming in the first place, but you know. The headphones are trying to slide off. No, I will not be making a time-lapse video with the Aquitania. She is simply just too big. And that's not really how these videos work. With like these shipbuilding videos, they're sort of planned ahead of time before I make the unit, before I actually start building. Because I need to know if the ship will actually be small enough but yet big enough at the same time to make a great construction thing. Oh yeah, there's grain holds. Yeah, I'll think of a way. And I can see it on the plans. There's doors and stuff. Yep, that is right, ship enthusiasts. A whole lot of purposes for these kinds of vessels. Yes, they did use the hatches. Why would they be there in the first place? Oh, and you could also just walk into them, or just drop stuff from above. I'm gonna place this down so I can make it easier to track where I'm doing, or what I'm working on. I guess back to the question: will this be a build video? No, it's just too big to make a construction video out of. Plus, because the Aquitania is somewhat popular, I would get a whole bunch of criticism if I were to do that, do it and get it rushed. Player-made bombs? No, I don't think that would really work out. I think it would be placed, but I don't think the players would actually make them. Enthusiasts, I believe he's talking about the inner holds, like the grain and the chain locker. Because these lower holds right here, this is a grain hold, and this is also a grain hold, and this is a chain locker over here. I don't know if y'all can see the cursor. Oh, yeah, I can't see the cursor. Oh, alright. Oh, good. Alright, let me zoom in on some parts. Okay. You know what? Never mind. I'm not gonna work on that. That's just too much work. I sense that we may have another miner in the chat. Hey, look, people think I'm a kids channel.
Ah, Peter, stop it. You're gonna get yourself taken down.
Yeah, fuck off, Lois. Yeah.
But Peter, people look up to you as an authority figure.
Well, they shouldn't. I build boats for a living. Yeah. I don't know what that was. I think that was just pure boredom. Okay, what else is this?
Peter, don't turn me into a marketable plushie. Peter!
I can go back to it if you want, Emily. No one's always stopping you. Okay, there's that whole section there. Add that staircase over here. My face is itching, and there's fruit flies flying around it, and I hate it. How big is this cargo hatch gonna be? Okay, it's gonna be the same as the other one aft. Okay, there's that. And then there's that. There's another cargo hold right there. I put vinegar all over this desk to make sure the fruit flies will get away, but they've only seems to get more attracted to the light, not the vinegar, like they should. Like, I've cleaned up the room, I've, cleaned myself up. Hell, even taking breath mints in case if it's my breath that smells bad, but damn, they still keep on coming. Emily, if you've read the title, I mean, if you refresh your window, you'll see that this is the Aquitania that I'm working on. That's one thing I don't understand. You can show the most obvious answers in the thumbnail or the title, and yet people will still keep asking what it is you're working on. It's funny. So this section I just put on here, this is actually a bit of a machinery area, which I believe this is like some sort of motor or engine that connects to the capstan, or it's like a winch to hold the anchors, because there's like 3 sets of anchors that stick out of the bottom of the hull. Not the bottom, but on the side of the hull. Like there's 2 on the starboard, and there's 1 on the port, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not a genius on how the Aquitania worked. So there's that section. I'm gonna try to just work on laying out the deck now. Laying out the prow of the bow. I would turn some music on, but with all the stuff going on with YouTube, you can't put on anything without getting your own videos taken off or streams shut off, because everything's been corporatized and all other sorts of crap. Which understandably they have the right to do that sort of stuff, but still it discourages a lot of creators from wanting to do stuff. I mean, that's the thing. I can't really think of anything that isn't too cliche. Like, I want to try to be somewhat original, but I don't know how to make original music. I've only done covers and remixes, and even then, if it's like a completely newly composed remix, they still get taken down. Maybe, but I feel like it'll be a bit boring. Just tried to slap a fruit fly off my arm, and it still didn't work. Alright, so there's the front of the Aquitania. What do y'all think? While y'all wait here, I'm gonna go get something to drink. I'll be right back. I'm back. Which reminds me, I should probably take my medication. Just took my pills. Alright, I'm not gonna work on the fixtures yet. However, I do want to work on this large ventilation section that's right here. Because the Aquitania was known to have these large vents at the very front of the ship that also worked as cargo cranes. I'll say there are some cool events. Just the way how they sort of stick out. We had this huge vent would have just traveled straight down to the bottom. I can see 3 fruit flies just flying in my face right now. Like they're all over the monitor. Yeah, this vent would have went all the way down to the bottom. So yeah, there's that. Right now there's about 4 or 5 of them. I've done everything to get rid of them, but they keep coming back. Give me a second. Oh, make that 3 of them now. Because I just smashed one with my mouse. And now it's somewhere buried in the keyboard. Oh, great. I gotta tease. Bless you. Yeah. Excuse me. Now, what is next? I should probably start work on the funnels, or the number 1 funnel, I should say. Which I'm gonna get some of the structural metal, like probably some. No, I'm gonna use iron. Iron is great to make up the walls and stuff of these massive uptakes. Alright, so there's that. I have it go down to this deck, I believe. Alright, let's work on the boiler. I'm just counting right now. Hello, Kirsty. I'm currently working on some boilers right now. Okay, so there's that branch right there. Is that a roadmap for FS? Yes, there is. It's over on GitHub. However, there are some stuff that should not be announced. So look on your own terms. Don't spread it out. Currency, you can just browse Google and just look up inboard profiles of specific ships, and you get a good cutaway layout of how these ships are laid out on the inside. It's pretty easy. I mean, you're using a computer, might as well use it. Well, you don't. I mean, that's called a deck plan. Kirsty. Deck plans only show the individual decks. A inboard profile shows like the full longitudinal cutaway, like a half section, I guess you can say. Oh, alright. Alright then, James. I remember I used to use my mom's account for doing YouTube stuff. That was awful. There we go. That looks good. Now work on the same type of ventilation that we did before on this end. Alright, so there's that section. Kind of dips down a bit right here, so that'll be difficult to work with. Because this section of the ship is actually a bit taller. Then it dips down a bit. Thank you, Hurricane. I'm trying to go as much as I can with this. It's definitely not easy. Alright, so that looks good enough. Okay, there's that section. Alright, there's that. I'm looking at the plans, but I don't know what would be at the staircase section here, because there's not really much you can go off with. Unless I just place that there. But how would they get up to this next deck? Is my concern. Which actually, just remembered, this section can exist. This is an elevator. Is anyone still here? Just curious. I just don't want to bore anyone to death. Alright, so it's like at least 4 people. Or 3. I don't know. Alright, Kirsty's still there. Oh, James is still there, I mean. So the good news is that now that we have the section between the 2 funnels, like funnels 1 and 2, that means we now have an accurate distance away from each funnel for the model. Place that there. And then I'm gonna just make this fictional line here. Keep in mind that what I'm working on right now is just a placeholder. Alright. This is which the placeholders for all the uptakes. So now we have that part laid out. I'm also going to lay out the keel. Just extend it a bit more. But yeah, you can see that we have a shape forming now. Just stretching. Anyways, I think I'm probably gonna call it a day for now. So, yeah. That's been the Aquitania. More will probably be done later. So, yeah, see ya.